Welcome to Pratibha Logics. This is Manasa J standing before you, and today's our topic is the elements in the periodic table and their classification into different groups and columns. Now first let us see, if we go to a showroom and we need to buy a two-wheeler, what do? We go and select certain, we see if this is okay, this is okay, this is okay, this is okay. We have different types of two-wheelers. They say this is Splendor, this is Bullet, and this is some other thing, this is some other thing. How do we identify the thing we want? Because the people in the showroom, they have arranged them in the order so that if we see from far away, we can find out the one we want. The same way, if we go to a cloth showroom, the thing happens is that they specify this is kids, this is women, this is men. The same way, we have till date 118 elements in the periodic table. This was finalized in the year 2016, and from 2016 we don't have any new. We have 118 elements, and from the year 2016 we don't have any new discoveries regarding the elements in the periodic table. But the elements 113, 115, 117 and 118, these were confirmed as the elements to be involved in the periodic table in the month December of year 2015. This was also confirmed by IUPAC. As we have yesterday seen, the nomenclature is the rules and regulations to be followed while naming a chemical compound. The rules are formulated by IUPAC, and this IUPAC is the only commission which should confirm the number of elements or the nature of the elements. In December 2015, 118th element is the final element which is finalized by the IUPAC. So we have seen that till now 118 elements are present in the periodic table. See, to memorize the number of elements 118, to keep them in mind, the names, their formula. See, for hydrogen we write H, for helium He. See, to remember all these things in mind, we need some shortcut. This shortcut is tried. The trial and error method was followed by many chemists, and the final approved one was the modern periodic table. మనం ఏమన్నా స్టార్ట్ చేస్తామండి, అది ఎలా ఫైనలైజ్ అవుతుంది అనేది మనం డిసైడ్ చేయలేము. డిసైడ్ చేయాల్సింది ఎవరు? మనల్ని అప్రూవ్ చేసేది ఎవరు అంటే మనల్ని చూసేవాళ్ళు, వాళ్ళకి అది నచ్చాలి. ద సేమ్ వే ఈ క్లాసిఫికేషన్ ఆఫ్ ద ఎలిమెంట్స్ కూడా అలాగే జరిగింది. ఎలాగా? ఫస్ట్ ఒక ఎక్స్ అనే కెమిస్ట్ వచ్చాడు. వాళ్ళు ఏం చేశారు అంటే ఈ ఫార్ములేషన్ ఇలా చేయొచ్చా అన్న దాన్ని వాళ్ళ సీనియర్స్కి లేకపోతే కమిషన్స్కి వాళ్ళు చూపించారు, ఇలా చేయొచ్చా అని. వాళ్ళ సీనియర్స్ అప్రూవ్ చేయలేదు. ద నెక్స్ట్ పర్సన్ ఎంటర్డ్ ఇన్ టు ద ఫీల్డ్. అలాగా ట్రయల్ అండ్ ఎర్రర్ మెథడ్లో ఫైనల్ పీరియాడిక్ టేబుల్ వాజ్ ద మోడర్న్ పీరియాడిక్ టేబుల్. అసలు ఎవరు స్టార్ట్ చేశారు, ఎలా స్టార్ట్ చేశారు? సి, అసలు ఇందాకలే చూసాము, యాజ్ వీ హ్యావ్ ఆల్రెడీ సీన్, why is the periodic table mandatory to remember the 118 elements is, that is the need for the arrangement of elements in an organized manner. Why do we need a periodic table? See, we need to remember all the 118 in shortcut, let it be in rows or columns. This should happen only, this can happen only when we have shortcuts. See, Robert Boyle is the first person to define an element. Till then only 13 elements were known. Till when? Up to the time of 1661, a scientist named Robert Boyle, he defined an element and he discovered 13 elements. Till then 13 elements were discovered, and Robert Boyle was the first person to define what an element is. Next, this is in the 16th century. By the end of 18th century, we have a person named Lavoisier. he is the person to find another new 11 elements. So by this time we know 13 plus 11 total. By the time of Lavoisier only 24 elements were known, and next by 1865 another 39 elements were discovered, and totally we have come to a number of 63 elements. So by 1865 all over 63 elements were known, and next by 1940, that is, see, this is in the 18th century, and after a span of 100 years, that is in the 19th century, by 1940, we have seen totally 108 elements. Out of these 108 elements, 91 are from the natural sources, while 17 are synthesized in the laboratory. Next, so now at present, including the synthetic elements, more than 115. See, more than 115 in the sense totally 118 elements were known. Next, see, when we step on to the first step, we'll go up and reach our destiny. The same way, Joseph Louis Proust, he is the person who stated that hydrogen atom, the very first atom in the first element in the periodic table, is the building material for the remaining elements. That is, he said that one hydrogen is present and two hydrogens add on to form the second element, three hydrogens add on to form the third element. We don't know whether this is right or wrong, but the thing is, he has stated that. He stated and concluded, Joseph Louis Proust, he concluded that hydrogen atom is the building material for all the other elements. And what happened is, this point to be noted is, atomic weights of the elements were given as whole numbers, and atomic whole numbers are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See, why we are telling this as an important point is because in the later on topics we will come to know the atomic weight of certain elements in the form of decimals. So that we are stressing this point as an important point, that is, atomic weights of the elements were given as whole numbers. And so the atomic weight of, as he said, hydrogen is a building material, the atomic weight of hydrogen is taken as 1. So, as this person stated, hydrogen is the building material. Later on, when we find this digitals, we have come to a conclusion that he is not the right person and his statement is not right. This was confirmed by his seniors and the following persons of the chemical field. They are the persons to certify that this proposal was truly wrong and this does not apply to all the other elements. So, next, as we have already said, this is a trial and error method. Next person entered into the field, none other than Johann Wolfgang Dobereiner. He is the person who entered into the field to try about the arrangement of the elements in the periodic table. What did he do? See, he has proposed a law known as law of triads. Try in the sense number 3. What does this state is, when we take 3 elements, the mean value of the first and the third element gives the atomic number of the middle one, that is the second element. What did he state? the mean value of the first and the third element gives us the atomic number of the second element. So, let us see if he has succeeded in proving this. See, he stated that triads have a similar chemical properties. That is, see, he has given us 5 elements, 5 groups. Let us see the examples. Lithium, sodium, potassium. They have similar chemical properties. The same way, he succeeded in proving that these triads all have a same chemical property. But where does exist the con, that is the minus point? Where did he not succeed is when elements with similar properties are taken at, see, this is the law of triads. What does this state? When elements with similar properties are taken 3 at a time, arranged in ascending order of their atomic weights, atomic weight of the middle atom, atomic weight of the middle atom is the average of the first and the last element. So, let us see whether this is right or not. See, 7 plus 39, 46. Mean in the sense by 2, 23. Did we get 23? Yes. So, he succeeded. Next. Here also he has succeeded. The same way this applies to all the 5 groups. But where does exist the negative point, that is where did the people not accept his law is, see, all the elements known till that time couldn't be arranged in triads. Am I right? We have seen totally 108 elements. See, we have seen 108 elements, but the thing is he arranged only 5 groups consisting of 3 elements, that is he has shown us triads of only 15 elements. What about the remaining 93 elements? What did he do? He has explained us, see, out of 108 elements, till then we know only 108 elements, that is by the time of Daubernier we know 108 elements. Out of them, see, 5, 10, 15. He has explained only 15. What about the remaining 93 elements? He could not arrange them in the triads. So, is this applicable? No. So, the next con is he failed for very low or very high mass elements. See, here we see fluorine, chlorine and bromine. When these 3 are arranged in triads, the sum of these two, that is the mean value of fluorine and bromine, could not match the atomic weight of chlorine. See, let us see. 90, 98.90 by 2 is, so the total value here we should get is 49.545. But here the weight of chlorine is 35.45. So, this value, mean value of fluorine and bromine could not match the atomic weight of chlorine. So, here also he has failed to prove his concept. Next, see, as the techniques improved for measuring the atomic masses accurately, it was unable to remain strictly valid. Till now, we have seen that in the previous slide that the atomic weights are taken as whole numbers. But he could explain in that concept only, see this. But the thing that happened is, because of the improving sciences, the atomic masses were purely taken as digits, values with confined digits, so that his law, that is his triad's law, could not prove this concept. What happened? Next entered the scientist named John Newlands. Till now we have seen two people. One is Proust, next Dobereiner, and next comes into the field. See, the concept of Proust was not accepted because he considered all the elements as the additives of hydrogen. Next, Dobereiner could not explain could not prove his law of triads with regarding to some other elements, and 93 elements were excluded. Next entered a scientist, Newland. So previously we have seen law of triads. Now entered the concept of octaves. Oct in the sense 8. What do we see here? What did he say? What does this law mention is, when elements are arranged in an ascending order of their atomic weights, they fell into 7 groups in which elements of specific group have similar chemical properties. That is, he arranged 8 elements in a way so that see, suppose we have written 14 elements. So what did he do and what did he say is, the atomic weight of the first when the elements are arranged with regard to their atomic weights, that is the increasing order of their atomic weights, the property of the first element could match the properties of the 8th element. This is the law of octaves, that is, he has included the 8 elements into a group so that the name has come as law of octaves. Next, what has happened? Every 8th element starting from a given element resembles in its properties to that of the starting element. That is what I have said here. The properties of the first element matches with the properties of the 8th element. Next, elements with similar chemical properties are present along a horizontal row. See, what did he do till now? We have considered only atomic weights. Now, he was the first scientist to assign atomic numbers to the specific elements. Next, see, this is what happened in the concept of Proust also. This was neither accepted by the seniors nor by the Journal of Chemical Society. What did he do? See, let us see the law of octaves. See, this is the table of elements. How many elements could we see? What has happened is, see, let me first show you the negative point. Here we have 2 elements in a single slot, and here 2 elements in a single slot. In our modern periodic table, could we see any 2 elements in a single slot? Highly impossible. So that it was approved. Here what has happened? We can see cobalt and nickel. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sets of elements in which 2 elements are present in the same slot. This is the first negative point we could see. We could conclude on seeing the table itself. See, what did he say? Fluorine, chlorine, cobalt and nickel, bromine, palladium, iodine, platinum, and these all iridium. What did he say? These all have the similar chemical properties. See, on observing the modern periodic table, we could say halogens exhibit a similar chemical property. See, here we can see fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine as halogens in the first group itself. But we already know halogens are totally different from other groups of elements. But what did he do? he has kept hydrogen, fluorine, chlorine, cobalt, nickel, bromium, palladium, iodine, plutonium and iridium in the same group so that he did not succeed. Next, see the cons, that is the negative points pointed out by the Journal of Chemistry. What did this say is 2 elements are present in the same slot. See, we could see 2 elements in the same slot. Next negative point, elements dissimilar in properties were fitted into same group. What does this mean? See, halogens were combined with the other elements so that this point is specified as elements dissimilar in properties were fitted into the same group. Next one, law of octaves holds good up to calcium but not to the elements having atomic mass higher than calcium. See, this we need to prove using the atomic mass of the elements. This point is important, but to prove this is not mandatory in this level. Next, it applies only to the 56 elements but not to the elements introduced later. What did he say? See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 into, here we have only 8 groups. So, 7 into 8, he has explained to only 56 elements. What about the remaining elements? This is the negative point he has pointed out. Next, it resembles a musical scale. In a musical scale, we have Sari Gama Padani, and this repeats again when we come to the 8th one. The same way he used the concept of musical scale to explain elements of the periodic table. Next, so next comes into the field another scientist named Mendeleev, but to the more or less extent he is the one who introduced the concept to a large extent. That is, nothing negative in this concept is to a higher level. The next modern periodic table is purely based on the concept of Mendeleev periodic table. See, what does this periodic table say? It is the increasing order of their atomic weights. See, the chart is divided into 8 vertical columns known as groups. 1 to group 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 that are divided into the subgroups A and B. Next, each column has elements of similar chemical properties. Next, based on the observation, see, the periodic law was proposed. Till now we have seen 2 laws, law of triads next, law of octaves, and now finally comes the periodic law. What does this say? The law states that physical and chemical properties are the periodic functions of their atomic weights. So, let us see this in brief explanation. See, this is the periodic table, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 groups. See, first let us see the cons of this concept. What has happened? See, 8 groups, 7 periods. Here we could see this element is missing. In the previous concepts we have seen that each and every slot is filled either by an extra element, but here what has happened is the elements in the table of Mendeleev were missing. When the properties of these elements are explained that they are similar in a chemical and physical nature, what about the nature of the missing elements? This is first negative point. Next, correction of the atomic weights. See here, atomic weight correction in the sense we have seen that, see here it is given as a whole number, but in this concept, using the techniques, they have formulated the weights as decimals. Next, anomalous series. This is a very main word, because anomalous in the sense, see if we write an increasing order of the numbers, we write 115, 116, 117, 118. But in the periodic table by Mendeleev, we can see numbers in this order, that is increasing number comes first, followed by the decreasing number. That is, elements are, though they are increasing order in their atomic weights and atomic weights, they are given a decreasing order with reference to the atomic number. See, at the time of proposal, the concept of electron, when this is an atom, we have seen it consists of neutrons, protons, electrons. The electron is the main part which depicts the atomic mass, atomic weights and all. But during the time of Mendeleev, the concept of electron was not into existence, but even though the concept of electron is not present, he could depict the periodic table to an extent of 99%. Because he has achieved this, the 101 element of the periodic table is named after him as Mendelevium. So here we have a point that 101 element is Mendelevium. Isn't this easy to remember after the name of the scientist who has given his 99% in remembering the elements? Next, the limitations. See, as we have already said, the pros and cons are common for every finding in science. So, the cons of this Mendeleev periodic table is anomalous pair of elements. I have already said, when putting the elements into the periodic table, we put them in the increasing order of their atomic number. But in Mendeleev's table, that is in a Mendeleev periodic table, the element with the highest atomic number is placed first, followed by the element with the least atomic number. Next, dissimilar elements placed together. See, in Mendeleev's table, see, this is the Mendeleev's periodic table. Here what happened is, see, chlorine. The first concept we get into mind is the halogens. Bromine. See, okay, this table is not viable for the differentiation, but what has happened is, so let us see here itself, lithium, sodium, potassium, these three have a similar property, while calcium, barium, strontium, these have similar properties, but they are not placed in similar columns but placed in the groups, so that Mendeleev's concept has a minus point with regarding to the dissimilar elements placed together. Finally, the modern periodic table came into existence, putting all the findings of Proust, Dobereiner and Mendeleev. Putting all these concepts together, the modern periodic table was modified and was into existence, which is now a very useful concept in determining the atomic numbers, atomic weights, the very first step of chemistry.